New Zealand, home to the toughest terrain on the planet. And now the arena for the most extreme game of hide and seek. We've recruited 8 adventurous teams from around the world to push their limits in the ultimate survival challenge. Each week, they'll be forced to escape through savage frontiers and evade an elite team of Special Forces trackers intent on hunting them down.
Go to capture mode now.
Just go!
For the winners, $100,000, cold, hard cash. The fear is real.
We're almost there!
Danger is everywhere.
Where the f did we even start from?
Only the toughest will win. This is Tracked. Welcome to the end of the world. The bottom of the Pacific's Ring of Fire. The most extreme location for this ultimate adventure. 8 courageous teams are flying into the drop zone for their first challenge. New Zealand's Southern Alps. It's a dangerous and hostile land, and for the next 2 days, it's their new home.
Looking out that window of the helicopter, yeah, I think we knew it wasn't going to be an easy trek. Big, scaling mountains, beautiful, but tough.
At this point, I'm realizing what kind of challenge I'm facing. And I am so ready.
I have no doubt that whatever we're about to do, I can handle it, no problems.
This is my wheelhouse. This is what I'm comfortable with. And what better way than to travel halfway across the world to go play in the woods?
But this hostile environment is not to be taken lightly. Jagged cliffs, impenetrable bush, freezing cold rivers, and extreme storms combine to create one of the world's most treacherous mountain ranges. And if surviving that isn't tough enough, they're also being hunted down.
We don't know how many of them there are. We don't know what they can do. It just plays so hard on your mind.
What tools have they got? What knowledge have they got? What angle are they coming at us from?
I think that's the part that panics me the most, the thought of being chased. I'm trying not to think too much about.
The teams will have a 1-hour head start on 2 elite military trackers. To make it through this grueling challenge without being caught, the teams will have to move fast, stay safe, and keep hidden. And most importantly, each pair has to stay together.
We're doing this for us. We've just come back together after about an 18-month break.
This experience will either make or break us.
We're proving that women are super strong. We're gonna show how powerful we can be as a team.
I'm someone that chases wild and exciting adventures. And these other teams might be like super good at this stuff, but we're just kind of winging it.
The whole time, the question is in the back of our minds going, is this where they're gonna drop us? In the middle of the snow, in the middle of this forest. It's all pretty gnarly.
Oh my God, I just saw you in a movie last night.
Morning. I'm a man of few words, so I'll keep this brief. Your objective over the next 2 days is to reach the extraction point at the bottom of that valley behind you. Be there before 4 p.m. tomorrow, or face being eliminated from the competition. Sounds simple. Well, it would be, if there wasn't an elite force of trackers coming in to capture you and terminate your adventure. This expert team are the best in the world. They are trained hunters, and you are their prey. And if you're not intimidated, there's something wrong with you. Right then, this is it. The most terrifying test you will ever face in your life. So make the right decisions to ensure you finish in one piece. And don't get caught. So what are you waiting for? Get out of here! The 13-kilometre course from the drop zone to the extraction point is packed with danger. On either side of the ice-cold river, carved through the centre of the Earnslaw Burn, are steep slopes, gnarly bush and exposed cliffs. Teams must plan their own route to escape from the trackers. The teams have 2 days to evade capture and reach the extraction point. On day 1, the challenge stops at 5 p.m. for teams to make camp before sunset. No teams can be captured by the trackers overnight. Day 2 starts at 8 a.m. and the extraction point is open at 3 p.m. for just 1 hour. Both members of the team must scan in together to successfully check in. Any team that fails to reach the extraction point in time will be eliminated. Chasing them are 2 legendary New Zealand Defence Force trackers. This pair are the best of the best and train Special Forces teams from all over the world in expert tracking techniques. For security reasons, their identities are confidential. The tracking team also includes 2 military experts stationed at base camp. Former Royal Marine Brigadier Dave Kasapian and Special Forces psychologist Dr. Alia Buzilova.
Can't do. This is 0 Alpha message, over. So the tent is like a headquarters function. It sits behind the field of play, and myself and Alia enable the trackers to make their job as easy as possible. Roger, out.
Dave and I understand the teams that we are tracking, but the information that we have outside of that is incredibly limited. We can view the map and the terrain on which we are going to be conducting each activity. We also have a screen that shows us where our trackers currently are, but we cannot view the location of the teams. We don't have any information on where teams might be extracted, but what we are doing is that we are leaning in on the expertise of our trackers on the ground and trying to find as many ways as possible to enable them to locate the team, identify a team, and ultimately track them. Hi. Good afternoon, Beth. Hi. We conducted in-depth interviews with them. The teams that we are observing will always bring intricate nuances within themselves and between each other too. It's remarkable to notice how diverse and how different each of them are.
And with trackers arriving in less than an hour, each team has to urgently chart an escape route through the valley.
Come on, catch up. You got this.
With no GPS, teams must navigate the course old school, using only a map, compass, and their own sense of direction.
Breeks here, primary school, orienteering champion.
This is north. Yeah. Are we doing this right? Wait, when you say north.
Some are clear,
We're going to want to jump straight in the creek.
while others are far from it.
If we followed this valley, we've got to be at the top of the map.
I think we have quite a unique father-daughter relationship. So we just follow the river to this point here.
I think we're close because we have a lot in common, so...
Too much in common.
Yeah, probably. We actually do things together. I work as a personal trainer and an Ironman coach, and my dad is my guinea pig. I've pretty much been writing my dad's plans and coaching my dad since his first Ironman.
It does create a tremendous bond when you're working so hard together.
It makes sense to follow the water.
That's given me a little bit of an interesting dynamic.
Let's get cracking.
I think the challenge for me is not to be fault into I'm the dad, so I should know exactly what we're doing. I'm in control.
Let's do it.
Okay, this way, Dad.
Come on, go, move. We're going to skip the sides. This is all sort of deep brush and horrendously spiky things which stick you where you don't want.
Team Pink, remarkable combination. They have fantastic emotional stability in that they seem to be able to handle and process stress in a way that helps them grow.
It's a good job we practiced in Wales with the dog the other week doing this.
They display a lot of what we call growth mindset. So they're here to improve themselves rather than prove themselves. We see them as a really strong team because of that.
Having charted their own paths,
All right, come on, let's go.
Hug.
No time for that. Nah.
New Zealand teams orange, brown and red use their home advantage to move quickly across the terrain.
Right, this is where we separate ourselves from other teams.
USA's team green are struggling to work out the best path forwards.
Okay, so go to that, like, biggest rock right where that the little line is.
Whilst team purple
Oh, my God.
are struggling to keep up.
You think everybody's going the wrong way?
I don't know, because we
may
haven't
have
oriented ourselves.
Okay.
What's unique about this situation is, in the modern world, technology is everywhere, but we're back to basics here. We're in the forest reaches of New Zealand. It has been largely unpopulated, and you're putting people into that environment and expecting them to survive being hunted down by highly trained professionals. These are expert trackers. They're at the top of their game. Morning, trackers. Day 1, challenge 1. 3 routes which the teams can follow. The low ground through the riverbed. Ground is undulating, very steep sides. The medium ground on the hillside through the rough and hardy woodland, or the open terrain up on the high ground. Drop-off point all the way up here. We assess the likely extraction point down at the bottom of the valley. This is alien terrain, a new environment with which they are not comfortable. The planning and preparation is over. Now, it's time to deliver.
As the trackers head to the chopper, the teams rush to distance themselves from the drop zone. At the back of the pack, Team Yellow are in the most danger and are already struggling.
You got this. Come here, Bubba.
Oh, it's just the pack, man. Biggest challenge is some of the gear we're going to be carrying because we're not particularly familiar with hiking boots and our tents. I fell.
Think that one is harder? Go here.
I need help. I think because we're very adaptive, we'll be able to pick it up pretty quickly.
We're both professional parkour athletes. Parkour is learning how to use your body to overcome any obstacles in your environment, and sometimes really getting a little bit creative in the process too. We met through parkour, we fell in love, and we've been traveling the world ever since.
100K, baby.
100K. I love you.
I love you too.
For us, winning this would actually give us the opportunity to be able to live together. The other teams gotta keep their eye on us because we're going to the finals.
Team Yellow, outstanding performers if they know how to work with the differences.
Danny, where are you going?
Steph might feel like her needs are not being met in terms of emotional support and encouragement. He might feel like his pace cannot be kept up with.
Yeah, keep going. Come on. Push.
Parkour teaches us to have that toughness in our head. The only thing that's stopping us, it's ourselves.
Near the front, Team Blue have a different outlook.
Which way's Starbucks? I'm sure I saw a Starbucks around here, right?
Airport's this way, bro.
I need my mocha chocolate frappuccino or I'm not doing it.
It's a relief that we're not doing this in Australia. At our last bushwalk, we almost stood on a brown snake and a red-bellied white snake.
Ah. Rad and I live pretty similar lives in that we move around heaps, travel around in our vans and stay with different friends around the country and just kind of see where life takes us.
I love the word nomadic. It's kind of just a cool way of saying just a traveller.
Yes, up, boy.
I surf heaps, Rad's like running around doing vans, dancing at doofs. You know, you need a lot of fitness for that, especially if you're partying for 3 days in a row like he does.
Yeah.
If we win this and we have, you know, 100 grand.
It's going straight into a community to build a space where people can come together and live off-grid with us as well.
But if they even want to spend tonight living off-grid, they'll have to avoid the incoming trackers.
Yeah, Alpha, Charlie 1, flying west to the landing zone.
Ahead of their arrival at the drop zone, they're getting a sneak peek of the arena. And if they're lucky, they're prey.
Just lay down. You hidden? You covered enough?
Kahu 1 and Kahu 2, active in 3, 2, 1. Game zone is hot. Trackers active.
With the trackers on the ground, everyone is fair game. In New Zealand's Southern Alps, 8 teams from around the world are pushing themselves to their limits. This grueling 2-day challenge through the brutal terrain of Earnslaw Burn requires them to reach the extraction point at the bottom of the valley, 13 kilometres away, before it closes at 4 p.m. tomorrow, if they're not caught by the elite military trackers.
I'm looking for any stragglers at the back, anyone running away from us, any silhouettes that are just different from the natural surroundings. Bit of a bottleneck through here.
Yeah, mate, yeah.
With the terrain forcing an obvious path from the drop zone, the trackers quickly make up for lost time, racing to where the course opens up.
0 Alpha, Kahu 1 over.
Zero Alpha, send over.
The boots on the ground. Turn 10 from here.
Just cut some sign in pursuit.
Roger, out. So sign are the specifics of what is unusual in the environment, what is being disturbed. Casting sign is about trying to find those little indications that someone or something has been through a particular bit of ground.
But we can start casting from here. When the rocks are indented into the sand, they push the sand from the outlines of the rock. We should find some little wet spots in combination with that. So we'll just pick up that sign and then we'll follow those characteristics all the way down until they start bearing off from the rivers.
What makes them incredibly powerful is not just the understanding of the environment in which they will operate, but also the ability to understand the human element of trekking.
So a couple of people have come through here, straight through here. We've got some good tread pattern down here.
They're incredibly observant and really strategic in the way in which they go about conducting themselves.
They both have the same boots. The most significant part about the sole itself that defines them from everything else is these two little divots at the back, followed by one in front, making a small triangle.
Following the riverbed?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Through all this. Did I?
Yeah, mate.
I'm rearing to go. I'm rearing to catch someone.
The trackers have clear sign to follow, so the teams have to travel fast and leave no trace. Easier said than done.
Whoa. We've left the track, but whatever.
Oh my God.
Trailing near the back, Team Green need to pick up the pace.
Go with that direction.
Yeah, we're going to the end of the valley.
Yeah.
Down there. I've been obstacle course racer now for 8 years. I'm a certified athletic trainer, strength and conditioning coach. Fitness is my passion. This, for me, is continuing to push myself and see what more I can do.
So yeah, I do come from a military background, and then I cross-trained to pararescue, which is kind of like the Air Force's Special Forces unit. So I was trained to learn how to play in the woods, hide, and find people. I am a single father of 2 boys. Winning the competition for me would be being their real-life superhero. I'm not doing this for me. I'm not doing this for the gratification of anybody else, to the exception of my boys.
Team Green, really interesting peer, fantastic contestant in terms of physical training in controlled environments. They have very different needs in terms of how much emotional support they require from each other, how they need to communicate, who needs to communicate when, and that can affect the dynamic quite significantly.
You okay? You're just cooling off.
That's really cool. Oh my God.
I'm confident in our map skills.
We're gonna be just fine on that. It's gonna come down to the type of terrain that kind of throws that curveball in there.
Freaking New Zealand cactuses?
New Zealand, they don't have predatory animals, but their bush will eat you alive.
Alia, Dave, what a setup. So this is your board. All your teams are here.
The ones that you see on the top line there, we assess as the strongest. Our aim is to catch the team we assess as being the strongest as early as possible.
So it might be that the 2 teams that the track's got eyes on, it might be a strong one and a weak one. If we've got the ability to take out the strongest team, we'll let the weak one carry on for another day, because they're going to fall anyway.
Don't catch them all in one go. Right, I'm going to leave you to it, guys. Well done. Moving fast up front, teenage hunters Gabe and Riley.
Oh, that is absolutely incredible.
You won't ever see, oh man.
Look at that.
2 whitetail hind or whitetail doe and a whitetail fawn. Not common in New Zealand at all.
No, well, that's just made my day.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy, yes.
Conservation is something that we're hugely passionate about. We love hunting, we love the outdoors, we're getting out there, we're managing population. Unfortunately, these animals are doing pretty huge damages to our native environment. That needs to be kept under control.
Nice 300-yard shot and Raz smoked him. Well done, mate. We want that fella gone.
All whilst we're doing that, we like to take a camera and film it.
Parkour.
Winning would mean huge amounts to me, proving that even though if you're from a small town, it's not a barrier to your success at all.
Climbing up from the valley floor, the British team Pink.
Tonight we want to find tree cover, water, so we can set up a decent camp for the night and try and get at least something like a decent sleep. This might not have been the best route.
Even though you declared it wasn't the best route, I'm still going to follow you.
I know.
There's just big holes just appearing in the ground. You'll just be walking along and your foot will disappear. Are you okay?
I've landed in shit.
We were just losing balance. There's something funny about an adult falling over, isn't there?
Of all the places you fall, you land in animal shit. Yeah.
Far from their comfort zone, Team Yellow.
I just might need a hand. It's just with this pack. I'm not
Jump.
stable.
1, 2, 3. There we go. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Thanks.
Fast, okay? You got this. Push. Push this way.
My pack is
Come on.
heavy.
I am stressing. We can see that all the other teams are way ahead of us, and this pack is almost killing me. I feel already like I can't make it.
Your legs are stronger than you think, Steph. Say that with me.
My
Say it.
legs are stronger than I think.
Yes.
Parkour has given me a lot of mental strength, but this challenge is definitely one of the hardest things I think I've done.
Relax, breathe, focus. This is the way. I believe in you. You got this, baby.
With 3 hours to go before camp, many teams start looking for cover in the dense bush. But some teams have stayed high on the ridgeline to cover more distance. A risky move that keeps them in view of the trackers.
Fuel mark here.
Roger that. So we've just come across this little piece of sign here. I don't know if you can see it with the camera. Yeah, it's pretty fresh too. How we gauge age from this is how sharp the edges are. The wind, the sun, rain will make it age, and we'll see that in that pattern.
We're currently bringing up all the boot prints that we have to compare them to some fresh sign we have here.
These 3 lines are consistent with Team Brown and Team Red.
So 2 strong teams.
So it looks like the boys have got a sign off Team Brown and Team Red, which is great news, right?
Great news for us. Not so good for those teams.
Coming up.
Oh, shit.
How close to you are you at the minute?
50 meters.
I hope that's not a tracker.
Kahu 2, currently in pursuit.
That's a tracker.
Big ups, hey, for coming to do this with me, bro. No, seriously, brother. Proud to have you leading us. I was trying to get a little bit emotional, and you just... Fuck, you just go ahead.
How old are you, Winnie? I've got 4 daughters. They're everything to me. They're a big motivation for why I'm here. The emotions were pretty high when I left, which gave me more inspiration and motivation to want to go out and win this competition.
May as well start cutting down and get you some water, eh?
I'm good. It's hard not to let the prize money consume your mind because that's a big part of the reason for why my family have allowed me to do this. I made the decision to resign from my job to take on this challenge because it is life-changing.
With less than an hour until teams must stop and make camp, Red and Brown are leading the way, but there's trouble on the horizon.
We can see the rain's over in that distance over there. We're gonna have about half an hour or so before we're just being soaked.
We gotta move.
Totally feels the weather coming in.
And this is when the rain's going to hit us, so we're going to cut back into the forest.
And camp somewhere here. That weather's going to come in, soak us, and we're going to be tomorrow and tonight.
As teams seek shelter in the forest, the storm isn't the only incoming threat. The trackers are rapidly closing in.
I think the trackers are out there. You're doing great, Michelle. We got this.
It's a shame there's people tracking us. It'd be a lot easier if that wasn't happening.
And the pressure of being chased is pushing teams to the edge.
Oh, shit.
Oh! You okay? Are you okay?
All good. The good thing is bath them down.
That's true.
We definitely are getting on a jungle adventure back.
With only 30 minutes remaining before the camp deadline, the trackers have found sign from a different team.
Yeah, look at that. And we found little scuff marks heading down here. We'll now go silent and start closing the gap.
When someone passes through them, it's called a gate. This side heads in, that side heads in, and it's pushing that way, and it's unnatural in the environment, so we're going to follow that. We're not too far behind, but we're losing time with them because we're having trouble adapting to the bush from being out.
Shh, shh. Can you hear that out that way? There was just people talking over in that direction.
This one is very fresh, so we know that we're really close.
Have they seen us? No, they haven't seen us.
What do you want to do?
Us to get over there would take 20 minutes to get up there.
We'll go for that one.
Kahu 2, this is 0 Alpha, send over.
Kahu 2, acknowledge.
Go to capture mode now. Out.
We made it to the campsite.
made it to the tree.
Oh, that's the trees. Ooh.
Hard work pays off.
It was a very hot day, but we did it.
Kahu 1, this is 0 Alpha. You've got 3 minutes left to capture a team. Over.
We're in pursuit. 400 metres behind.
Roger, go for it. We'll wait here. You tell us when you're on the team. Out.
400 meters.
There we go.
You doing good, Bob?
Yeah.
Let's go down and find shelter.
The trackers close in on Team Yellow, but have less than a minute to engage before the camp deadline.
That one. I hope that's not a tracker.
Kahu 0 Alpha, decease pursuit, decease pursuit. We have to step out, pull back, pull back.
We're whispering. We can hear them talking.
Okay, Roger. Yeah, how close to you are you at the minute?
50 metres.
Oh man, I'm feeling for you. Okay, do you know who's talking?
No, it's broken up through the bushes so we can hear his voices and stay as close as possible tonight. As soon as we step off in the morning, we're going to go get them.
But don't worry, we'll get them tomorrow.
I really just want to get camp set up, have dinner.
Team Yellow are safe from capture for the night, but are unaware the trackers are just 50 metres behind them.
Campsite. Solid effort today, brother. Might be a nice little camping area. Water supply nearby. Bit of a clearing. Well done, mate.
Yeah.
You smashed it today.
The teams carry all the equipment they need and quickly set up shelters ahead of the rainstorm.
Hoping that the rainstorm doesn't hit us too much.
Team Blue, however, have other priorities.
We've made the decision to lie down here tonight, stay in our gear, stay close. We're not going to pull our bags out and make too much noise. There's rain forecasted for tonight. It's going to be cold, it's going to be wet, it's going to be uncomfortable, but this will give us the best advantage in the morning when everything starts again.
At the end of day one, the teams are spread out all over the course.
I don't feel safe in any way, shape or form.
My legs are numb.
As you know, bro, I don't really like the dark, so I'm just going to sleep with my head torch on.
But for Team Yellow,
Oh, yeah, it's pretty good.
there could be a rude awakening when the game restarts at first light. Day two, and after a sleepless night through a rainstorm, all teams have woken up to very wet surroundings.
The farm is full of water. Yeah, this is a situation.
Last night was pretty intense.
I could not get comfortable. Got a bit wet.
Imagine what this weather is probably doing to the teams. Less experience in these conditions, right?
We're going to be soaking wet out there.
Steph, are you okay?
So Alpha, it's time to go. Go, go. Go, go.
We need to go.
Sound will be muffled. So if our trackers are closing with the enemy and trying to remain in cover, with this on the canopy, they'll be able to walk right up to them.
Great
This
point.
is to our advantage. So Alpha, go to capture mode now. Out.
Oh no.
Can't do. This is 0 Alpha, message over. Do you have eyes on? Over. 0 Alpha, Roger. It's time to go. Go to capture mode now. Go, 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 go.
Good picked up. They've gone. Very hard to track.
0 Alpha, okay. Roger, unlucky.
With no sightings or obvious sign, the trackers get to work. But low light and fresh rain make casting for sign as challenging as it gets.
One thing about tracking is one moment you could be on like full-blown sign, it's definite, and you're confidence is at 100%. Next minute there can be nothing, and then it can just slow down to a crawl.
Can't really pick up anything in the bush right now because it's still quite dark. So we can head up and then start going that way. Hopefully we'll pick up some sign.
For now, Team Yellow are safe, but in their haste, they're leaving a clear trail behind them, less than 500 metres from the trackers.
I feel like we're leaving quite obvious tracks behind.
Deeper in the forest, Team Green face a steep challenge.
Yeah, we're on a big cliff. It's a steep drop. We're still a little ways to the extraction point. We need to get moving right away. So he's going and taking a look to see how steep it is.
It's going to be a slide all the way down if we take this straight here.
I'm going. It slides out underneath you. It's just a bloody knuckle. I'm not going to die because of it. We just can't be leaving bloody fingerprints.
Higher up, the trackers are back on Team Yellow's trail and are closing in.
In this weather, I really worry about Team Yellow. Remember, they have extraordinary physical strength, but the strength is built in an environment that is controlled. And so now, in the outdoors, when it's wet and they're tired, what they thought is a superpower has just been snatched out of them by the elements.
Yeah, Steph. Oh my God, oh my God, oh. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you bleeding? Give me your hand, give me your hand. Come here, come here. Where do you hit? Well, you definitely have a cut there.
I don't want to keep holding us back.
You're not.
I already know that I'm traveling quite slow. It's very likely that we're the closest team to the trackers.
You're okay, just a little bit. I know that you're emotional, but I need you to be present.
It feels terrifying knowing that people are right behind you, trying to get you however they can.
Go. This is the most exposed spot we've ever been. Because you got this, baby. Breathe. We hide into the trees again, and then we can chill a bit. Okay, baby, let's hide here.
Kahu, this is 0 Alpha. Send sit rep over.
Kahu 1, no visuals on any.
What are your next steps, over?
We're currently casting around in the open. Checking that they may come back up. If we can't find anything, they're gone.
Unlucky. We'll get him. So that's it.
Wow.
They lost him.
Okay.
Father-daughter Ironman athletes Team Pink are also using the bush to stay hidden.
Somebody else is in front of us. I've seen some other tracks back there. See, somebody's tracking in front of us. There's no way they'd be on the same track, would they? There's somebody there. See, was that somebody?
We think we see somebody, and that suddenly feels so real that there's people out there looking for us.
We need to do a bit of zigzagging or something, try and set some confusion. We're leaving blatant footprints here. Might have to do a little bit of false track laying.
We want to make life hard for the tracker. We want to stay hidden.
So we're shooting off trail, making deliberate skid marks down banks. We're walking backwards. We're doing a bit of moonwalking back. As we're getting across the rocks and the roots and staying off, leaving any tracks, and then we dart back in the bush again in a different direction. Right. Oh, shit. Watch this, Beth. Hopefully, we're delaying the tracker as much as we could. If he's shooting in the wrong direction, he's not on my tail.
But luckily for Team Pink, the trackers are still on Yellow's tail.
0 Alpha, send over.
0 Alpha, this is Kahu 2, going off our location from last night.
If Team Yellow heads south through the bush at a rate of 1 kilometre per hour, can you give us likely point for them 2 hours after that point?
Roger, wait up. So Kahu 2's assumption that they're contouring south, a kilometre an hour. In fact, there's due south in the canopy here. So there's 1K for an hour, and there's 2K. They're probably just in the canopy here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely does.
Yeah.
Cool.
Kahu 2,
0 Alpha, over.
if they track the canopy, the position is 6 west.
Over. Kahu 2, acknowledged.
Running out of time, we're going to move back out into the open area to about this location here. All the contestants will have to come through this location.
Further on, Team Blue have forged ahead on open ground with a risky new strategy that is paying dividends.
We just had a little glance back. It's not a nice feeling to think that
Someone's watching us.
Yeah, that someone's watching us.
Our main idea here is just to get well ahead of them.
This is it. We're on the home stretch. We can see the evac point clear as day. Let's do it, hey?
Bingo.
Up ahead, Teams Red and Brown have continued to follow a similar path as each other and are now a short distance from the extraction point. The only issue is they are 3 hours early.
We're currently sitting 800 metres away from the extraction zone.
Bush is probably the most obvious approach, so we might want to just keep that in mind.
We've just noticed that Aussie lads have just gone past us. They're out in the open, they're just Aussie moving. Gonna get close to the extraction point. Back there. Stay up and high, in case they're getting tracked, so we can see if the trackers are following them.
Our whole point is being stealthy and then hiding. We're done for hiding. There's no more hiding. No, we have to hide.
If they're not noticing us, then they're probably not paying great attention to what's behind them.
Coming up.
I'm slipping.
Is that the tracker? He's right behind us. Just go, okay? I need you to push now.
Okay, confirm. Correct. Excellent effort.
Teams are in the final hours of a terrifying ordeal, trying to outrun two of the world's best military trackers.
Yeah, roger that. It's still currently in pursuit.
They've had to deal with ice-cold rivers, harsh weather, rocky relationships,
Oh my God! I don't know why you would get mad at me.
and extremely dangerous terrain that has seen the team slide and fall their way through dense bush.
Are you okay?
For the first teams down, Brown, Red and Blue, they must now wait in silence for the extraction point to open. The extraction point is in between two dangerously swollen rivers, so the teams must find suitable crossing points to reach their target. The only thing on their side is a 100-metre safe zone around the extraction point when it opens, which will protect them from capture.
We are on high alert. Yeah. It's pretty nervy. We've heard sounds from the Australians and potentially sounds from another team, so we know that if we keep a low profile, they're going to be the first to get banged.
Other Kiwi team's just hiding straight over there. I saw them sussing us out a bit, probably wondering why we're exposing ourselves to go to the creek. But yeah, we need water.
How good to get to the extraction with clean tape. Even better to get tracked and caught with clean tape.
For the father-daughter combination of Team Pink, their strategy has now found them doing it tough in dense bush.
We deliberately put ourselves at the odds of a real difficult physical challenge to go bush all the way.
Yeah, that's not the way.
No. Back out, back.
This is really hard going through this.
This bag's getting heavy. We want to stay hidden. We want to make life hard for the tracker.
Look, shite.
The landscape, it's got a look of Jurassic about it. It's more or less like nobody's ever been there before. But when you're actually in it, it is intense.
This was a shit idea.
Asparagus. Beginning to become a pain in the backside. You're working really hard, you're exhausted, you're trying to do everything, keep quiet, so you're constantly in this heightened state all the time.
I am done. We were so tired.
The water there.
Yeah.
Literally round that corner is the extraction.
Oh, that's not that close to.
Haven't we?
Do you think we just keep going up till we hit that path?
Do you reckon?
Can't be that far now.
So what, you want
I'm
to do?
really struggling.
Straight up to the trail.
I think, yeah.
Get on the trail and go
I don't
for
think
it.
I'm going to make it otherwise.
Okay, all right.
It was my decision to go back up to the top.
You can do this, you're an Iron Man.
Even though I think Dad knew it probably wasn't the best idea, he went with it anyway.
Just got to keep bashing through this.
Under pressure to beat the extraction point deadline, Team Green decide to keep moving forwards despite obvious dangers.
You okay?
Yep.
Corey, where are we going?
Go up.
Oh,
Crossing the river, we're technically still here, but we're
yeah,
gonna be
you want to go along next
gonna,
to it?
We're gonna be close the entire time.
Yeah.
So Corey went down first, and it was a little longer than we had previously descended. We got to this cliff edge, and as I'm going, I'm always looking for something to kind of grab onto to help slow my fall. My hand got pretty beaten up, so my finger is a little sliced.
Just so hard to get a footing.
Megan is in a precarious position.
The tree's good. Come on.
And the team's camera operator steps in.
Okay.
If I don't use my hands, I can't catch myself.
Okay, go.
And we are both gonna go toppling over this edge.
I'm really slipping.
Hey, mate, hang on.
Use my knee. Okay.
Please say we not do that again.
Yeah, let's not do that again.
Team Blue are also facing extreme conditions.
It's time to get out of here.
Flooded rivers mean their final approach is fraught with danger.
At that final hurdle, we realized the evac point is on the other side of the river.
Don't do it, bro.
Well, how do we get across? That's it. And then as we get closer, we realize it's actually in between two rivers.
We can come up through here. There's got to be another crossing up there.
Across the river, Team Brown and Red join forces for the final dash to the extraction point.
All right, boys. Solid.
Stuff, boy. Yeah, those fellas are over the river. Should we make a beat? Should we get in close before them?
Yeah.
Finding the shallowest crossing, the teams race across freezing waters.
Wait, water bottle? Water bottle?
We'll wait for the boys to get here.
We'll wait for the boys.
Well, we've got to go all the way back. Yeah, well, let's just do it then. All right. If that's what we have to do.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers, boys.
Thank
Well
you very
done.
much.
Good work. Good hustle.
Well done. Oh, how satisfying was that? That's work out. Woo! Well, it's can't describe, really. We completed our mission. Yeah, we got to the end.
Brown has made it out. No surprises there.
Yeah, the hunter's right.
That's us. 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Red, we're right on top of them.
Oh, yeah, the
Another
strong
one down.
Kiwis.
I'm going through here. Let's cross that bit, right? Let's do it. Ready? Should have been first.
Wonderful.
I'm just glad it's over. Should have been here a while ago.
Team Blue is out. Our free spirits.
That's a surprise.
With support from base camp, the trackers have worked out Team Yellow's probable path through a narrow part of the valley and have raced ahead of them.
They're all the way down here.
They're going into like a funnel, are
There you go. It's where the choke point is.
The choke point.
And the boys are now going to sit up and wait in here and just watch the ball.
Like sitting ducks.
The trail, we're on it. Life's sweet now, it's the run into the finish. Well done, mate.
Oh, you're down there. I thought, I don't think I'm gonna make it.
No, you've got this. I have got total faith. We can see the finish, Beth. We've got this. Somebody else's footprints could be another team.
We're so wide out in the open.
What's that?
Somehow it's my fault. I don't know
Why are you
how.
blaming yourself?
I'm not. Well, it sounds like you're blaming me.
We're gonna head down to the river and then run to the extraction point. We're a little bit concerned because I think that the tracker's catching up to us, so I'm a little bit stressed, but okay. Let's just stick to the plan.
We got this.
Yeah, let's do it.
Coming into open area, Beth.
So you can work out where we are.
Coming out there, aren't we? That's the bend round to the right.
I've got a visual.
Kahu 0 Alpha, go to capture mode now. Out.
Stalking until they strike, the trackers silently approach their prey.
Okay, do we know how far down or how long we have to travel?
At this point, no.
If we can't cross the river, we've got to go round the outsides there.
So then look at the compass and follow the compass now.
Yeah. I know you're tired. You're doing great.
5 teams are forced through the choke point, and 1 is going home.
Come down here, come down here. Get me tracked.
0 Alpha.
I can confirm.
Team Pink, tracked.
Roger out. We've got pink. Brilliant.
Caught the hardest team first.
Roger that. Thanks, up.
I could cry right now.
The one time we present ourselves, and it was just the wrong time to do it.
You go from really excited, we've made it, to completely shattered in seconds. It's just devastating.
Unaware of the tracker's proximity, the remaining 4 teams make a mad dash to the extraction point before it closes.
Let's go! Come on, we got it! Woo!
Team Purple has made it out to the extraction point now. Okay, Team Orange is out as well.
Yeah!
Just go! Right, Steph, I need you to push now. Yes. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Whoa, we've got yellow out.
You did great.
You did great too. I'm so sorry. But we made it. You really are amazing.
You are amazing
I'm really
too.
lucky to have you.
This one goes for my dad that passed away last year. He would be proud. I wish he could see you.
He's watching from above. Don't worry. He is proud of you.
I just miss him.
1 team remains.
The tracker could be close.
Possibly.
Shit, somebody.
Where?
Right there, that's a tracker. Go, go, go.
Pursuing green, go into capture mode.
Sorry?
You're good, you're good.
Digging deep, Team Green reach the safe zone around the extraction point and evade capture.
We're here. Oh my God, it's about time. Okay, ready?
Yep.
We got
There
it.
it is. There you go.
Okay, all of them out.
Well, boys, pushed them hard, pushed them close. We'll get them next time.
A few teams were moments from being caught, but for Team Pink, their decision to move to open ground proved fatal. When I was setting you off yesterday, I thought you two were prepared. You're the first ones out.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gutted for you. You had a great time?
It's been an experience.
Oh, it's been that. I was super gutted. I could have punched that tracker around the nose. I could see the extraction point. I think, oh, for God's sake, you know, I'm there.
I'm absolutely proud of you, but unfortunately, you have been tracked. The game is over for you.
When you're pushed so far physically and mentally, you feel a lot more emotionally broken down. It was my decision because I was just so tired. I just wanted to just be able to see where we were going, really. That ended up being the bit of a killer for us.
Nobody wants to go out early. Nobody wants to go out first. We certainly didn't. You know, we're competitive individuals. You want to be in it and experience it to the end, if possible. But super proud. Sorry. It's just special to have that time with your daughter.
Next time on Tracked. Welcome to Fjordland,
I know exactly where we're going. They just circled us.
the most remote wilds in New Zealand.
Steph, run.
Where are you?
Dense, impenetrable bush,
Okay.
thick, muddy swampland. Whoa, this is absolutely brutal.
Go, go.
Now get out of here!